Yow! Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are kicking off season 28 with some ESEA IM action. It's going to be Sporadic eSports versus Evil. Every villain is lemons. I'm one of your two casters tonight, eXtine, and I am joined by my good friend Ro. How you doing, Ro?
I'm doing all right, man. I'm feeling groovy. You know, it's a new map, it's a new season. It's not an invite match, so I mean,
No.
you know something good's gonna happen.
Yeah, for sure. There's plenty of talent in IM in the intermediate division, second division of ESEA. And it takes a lot of skill to get there. There's still a big difference between open, intermediate, and, well, you know, casual competitive / TF2 PL and open ESEA. It takes a lot of extra team coordination. And there's still a decent gap between intermediate and invite, but also at the same time, these guys are balling, and we have some teams that are super experienced on hand today. I'm familiar with some of these players, but you know, I'm maybe a little bit more out of touch than some of our viewers. I don't know what you know about these teams, Ro, if you want to talk about them for a little bit.
Yeah, I'd love to talk about them as soon as I finish downloading the new map, because that's the screen I'm sitting on right now. Well, maybe we can talk about Cardinal, right?
Yeah, we could discuss that for a little bit. A brand new map here. It's pretty exciting.
Yeah, I don't know anything about it. I haven't seen it. I haven't had the pleasure of just kind of zooming around the map in first or third person, just kind of feeling things around, seeing how it works. And no, instead I'm staring at a loading bar that keeps going back to 0.
Ooh, nice. You should get that external download. I don't know, maybe you already did. Either way, yeah, Cardinal should be a fun one. Definitely, you know, it's going to be newer to these teams, but you know, they had a heads up about it. This is intermediate. These teams definitely get their practices in, so I'm sure that they've put some work in on this map and are a little familiar with it.
Yeah, right off the bat, I'm getting this like pseudo, what's it called? What's that? Rottenberg? That machine map. I'm getting that kind of like rustic feel from that. You know, this is groovy. I'm liking this.
Yeah, it almost looks like a Counter-Strike map too in some ways, right?
Yeah,
all the moss,
for sure.
ivy. Yeah, this should be fun. The midpoint looks real fun. Looks nice and open, and then you know we have kind of a house instead of a spire. It almost looks like a mini version of a gravel pit tower or something, you know. So second point looks like a pretty exciting point, and then last point, you know, kind of looks sort of reminiscent of like Snake Water or Follower or what's that other one? Mainline, right? Mainline.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely getting that Snake Water vibe for sure. It's literally got the same entrances, same like 1, 2, 3, 4 you can look at kind of area, with a pseudo shack for a last point. It's got kind of this goalie wash feel to it, you know.
Yeah, it looks pretty jammed in on last. Well, we'll have to see how the defenses go. There's still kind of, you know, a classic lobby area as well. That looks like it's got a couple routes, you know, both into 2 and to last. So players are starting to climb in here. Looks like we do have everybody in server. Just hastily running down our rosters. It's going to be Dippity and Hayes for Radical, with Phantom, Goku, Ambrune, and Rikachu. I believe that's going to be Rikachu and Dippity on the scouts, with Hayes and I guess Goku on Soldier. Yeah,
and you mentioned this earlier. I do recognize a lot of the names on this roster. Rikachu's been playing for quite a while.
Yeah,
considerable amount of time, and then just names like Goku and Phantom just come out, and you know who they are. Ambrune as well. I've played a couple of pugs with him, and then Dippity. I actually played on a team with him way back when. I can't remember which team it was, but I know the name. And maybe it was a tryout. I forget. Who knows?
And or for Team Evil, they're gonna have Slice Rogue on the medic, Mecha and Young Lean Smoker, I think are their scouts. Shiloh on the demo man. And then their soldiers are going to be Grant and, well, maybe Emotional, or maybe actually Young Lean Smoker. They're kind of mixed up on where they're at right now. And they bring a lot of background, a lot of experience. Slice Rogue's been leading teams for a while, so he's certainly going to be bossing his guys around and making sure that their pushes are nice and tight.
Yeah, one of the things I think we're going to be seeing here is definitely a much stronger lineup in favor of RAD, that's Sporadic Esports. But when you have a team that's sponsored, you're bound to have some kind of potential in there, you know.
I do love a clever name though, so I don't know. Every villain's is lemons is kind of fun. And I don't know. I tried to hit the Twitter real quick before we went live here. I couldn't find Sporadic Esports on the Twitters. So are they a real sponsor?
Maybe it's one of those fake sponsors that just pretend they have esports, and then eventually they get so good at the game that they just get recognized as a top tier esports team. Looking at you, Tech.
That's one way to go about it. It looks like actually maybe they are Team Sporadic might be who that is, unless that's a different esports group. Looks like
let's keep it on the down low so that we don't get any lawsuits or any other errors in team name. We don't want to have another don't trip on our hands.
Well, we are going live either way. Team Sporadic looks like they are going to take the red, and evil. Every villain is lemon is going to be on the blue. One more ready up, and it looks like we are live, ladies and gentlemen. Getting started. ESEA Intermediate Week 1, Season 28. eXtine and Row on Team Fortress TV.
Yeah, we got boomawrangler on camera walking us through Ambrune, I hope, maybe going the slow route, I'm just going to guess, because that just looked like a lot of walking.
Yeah.
One sticky manages to make his way over to the right side and get some eyes onto this little patio area where Slicerogue is meeting up with his demo man. Shiloh not finding any other opportunities to get some damage off, and I'm seeing a much better positioning overall from Sporadic. A little bit of initiation comes in here, and they're going to be able to grab a first frag onto Young Lean Smoka. Goes down, but the rest of Fino have gotten into a good position, and now Evil is kind of working their way around, but now getting completely demolished by the explosive classes. Slicerogue and co. Gonna be running for their lives here, but the scouts and soldiers are not gonna let up.
Wow, what a synced rocket. Grant getting 2 kills there, but picking off the medic, which is Slicerogue, is definitely well worth it. They're gonna get the free capture on second here too, so pretty picture perfect in all regards from Sporadic. You mentioned they did a great job taking turf on mid, and then some of the players after they got that first kill got some health packs, then jumped back in, finished it off.
Yeah, things are going to be looking really good for this last push here. As soon as the respawns come up, Hayes and Goku, both soldiers going down there. They're going to be meeting up with the rest of the team over here by this little pathway, this walkway, as they work their way over to this first little area that has a nice little patio as well, a little balcony to walk on top of. They're going to be rushing in with this Uber, clearing some ground, very nicely done. Sticky's all over the point though, and no cap time has started yet, and Grant putting out some good damage, followed up by Emotional. The Heavy has completely demolished this last push, completely botched, if I do say so myself.
Yeah, good play by Emotional in that Hawaiian shirt. Pretty spiffy, heavy outfit, and certainly this last point, as we sort of mentioned just right before we went live, kind of compact. And it seemed like that barrier, just really enabled that Heavy to get nice up close and personal. They're trying to push out from the lobby. Dippity looking for some sort of flank, just kind of hiding right now. We might climb the stairs and try to find Shiloh. Shiloh actually going to walk out as the Uber charge comes out here. Dippity is going back for the back cap. Grant is back there as the push going forward. Grant finds a good start to this fight and has done good damage to Grant. Dippity standing on the last point. Oh, but going to get killed by Grant. And over on second, the fight not necessarily going the way of Evil, but they have survived. They have backed out. Unfortunately, very large Uber charge advantage in the favor of Sporadic. They look like they're going to do the same push, a little bit behind the scout, but as they come through here, getting good flashes, keeping Hayes alive here. Uber's going to flash off him. He flashes him one more time. Haven't really got much point time, but they have gotten 2 frags. Still following up from that time that they had earlier, and there you go. First round to Sporadic.
Yeah, a lot of that Dippity time made it much easier to finish the cap off before they had to fight the remaining 4 players. So really good follow through. Helps that you got the force out and survived, kited the entire Uber on second. And so going to this next mid, they'll look really cozy, trying to take a second mid win.
And definitely if you're in ESEA yourself and playing this map later, that push is looking really strong. Just coming through on that far left with an Uber charge. Right now, though, on this mid fight, one scout that's Emotional has gone down. Other scout is jumping around off that high ground. Hayes trying to come around, gets the bomb on Slicerogue. That's a nice kill there. There goes Mecha as well. So 3 up for Evil. They were able to find the kill on Phantom, but they've bled 4 players on this mid-fight.
Yeah, now we got some players pushing forward. Finishing off this cap is going to be Dippity. Grant, though, not going to be letting up any room here. He's going to be helping out his demo friend, Shiloh, as they clear out the aggressors on the side of Sporadic. So now we're seeing Evil getting into our first stalemate of the ESEA season. I say stalemate, but maybe they'll push off, just thinking maybe we have like a tiny advantage. Maybe something comes their way and they find, hey, I saw this in map review. We can just send our player in through this opening and get that frag.
Right. Right now, Evil is really playing that house. Grant, the only one that's kind of far forward. There's some stickies on that left-hand side as well, watching the shutter and the ledge there. And it doesn't quite seem like, just from how they're set up, that Sporadic will take that route. Looks like they might go left or up that center.
Yeah, they're currently taking this alleyway, meeting up on the left side, and a little bit of a dip and change of pace. Dippity flipping around, gets to the face of Shiloh before getting piped, and then the detonation of stickies takes down Goku, who peeked his way through the window. Not going to last very long through that, and now we're seeing a 2-man advantage pushing right back in.
Yeah, Shiloh definitely a strong player. Got some good results, but Slice Road going down to the trap from Ambrune. That's a big drop. Ubercharge trying to come in to get some frags off the back of that and then rebuild it and have some sort of small sliver of advantage. Rikachu takes him a little bit, but he does get the kill on Mecha. Young Lean Smoke, a big bomb over the top, right on top of Phantom. Launches Phantom Sky High and the shotgun coming in from Emotional to get the kill on Phantom. Grant has gone down as well, but it's a 3v3. Shiloh blasted backwards. Emotional still fighting Shiloh, trying to come in here. It's just him. Hits a nice pipe on Dippity, though.
Yeah, that pipe connecting at just the right moment. Gonna salvage what was left of that scrappy exchange. And now Shiloh once again setting up the traps at the window. No aggression coming from the rest of Sporadic. They just want to meet up with their squad, start building up that Uber again, and we'll be seeing ourselves in that same position. Maybe they'll try and just flood in through the left side. It's pretty open from what I can see. I mean, you can obviously, when you're on Evil, you can see them coming from a mile away, but then if you give them too much room, they might just overpower.
Yeah, certainly. They're trying to build it pretty fast, but also, you know, Sporadic building Ubercharge very fast. So just continue to maintain equilibrium. Scouts just poking. Everybody being very cautious right now. Fake calls being thrown out there. Slice Rogue will end up with a nice 5% advantage or so.
Yeah, right now, Uber finally ready for both sides. We're seeing now Sporadic clearing the way through that alley.
Yeah,
pushing forward. A little aggression there from Dippity, initiating once again, but goes down. Kind of expected it. I think it's just more of a one-man stack, see how deep you can get, and then maybe pull some clockwork moves, put on your shoes, dance a little bit, and find a way in, but it does not work out this time.
Yeah, Goku fighting by the health pack on far right side from attacking perspective. And on their left, Emotional and Young Lean Smoka looking to push in on that banana alleyway. Shiloh's got a little bit of a forward trap. Pops it though before Goku walks through the doorway.
Yeah, and right now, Young Smoka trying to keep eyes on this little lobby area. Manages to pick up Rikachu with the help of that Iron Bomber spam. There is a sniper in the hand of Dippity. Kind of keeping an eye on this left side, and Emotional might just overextend here for just a moment and get caught out here. He does manage to peek. Doesn't get taken down though, and Goku and Grant are going to exchange inside the other side of the lobby between the second point, and now that's going to kind of open the door for Hayes, who just peeked in just a little bit into that lobby, but now Evil is not afraid. They're going to be pushing forward here right away.
Big jump over the top here. Young Lean Smoka is going to choose to just go all the way behind here as Shiloh, Emotional, and the other scout getting in here. That is Mecha. Mecha very far in on Phantom. Rikachu having to deal with Young Lean Smoka as well, who's still behind here. Young Lean Smoka waiting for the pack, saw the medic out there, and Rikachu will be coming out shortly. Emotional's fighting, gets Dippity. Dippity not able to do anything on that sniper. Hayes is going to be in trouble here as well. Phantom has used the Ubercharge, but is just inside with Goku. And they're all the way back on second, fighting. And Goku's gone down. Phantom getting a kill on Young Lean Smoka, but Phantom extremely banged up. Only 20 health, but able to sneak inside. the door and back away to last.
Yeah, now they're pushing forward very aggressively, wanting to maintain even just like the tiniest little sliver of advantage. 30% is definitely enough to work with. They're starting to work their way over to this right side with this interesting little lobby setup where there's a lot of high ground advantage on the attacking side, and they can just kind of bully their way through the right side. They do have to worry about the traps, but I think that's going to be their option for pushing, since it's a direct line to the point and to the enemy team with not a lot of hiding spots to worry about, at least not immediately. We'll see how this plays out for them, as they are kind of picking and choosing their spots.
Yeah, I don't know about this timing on the jump from Grant. He goes down, suicides in, and basically if they wait for him to come back, that's just going to give them time to get that uber charge. You need to wait just a little bit, 5 seconds, but Goku does bleed forward from Sporadic, so that's not too bad of an exchange. And I like where their sentry gun is, by the way. Dippity hasn't quite gotten it up to level 3. He's going to try to do so now. But that's not going to be spotted right away, whether they come in from left or right or the main. I'm not sure if when the soldier came in, Grant was able to spot the engineer or not.
Yeah, that engineer has an interesting spot. It technically has one blind spot on the point, but I think that's not going to be a factor because it's practically got everything else covered. So we'll see what they decide to do here. Grant looks like he's kind of meandering over to the other side. Doesn't have a buff to work with, though, but maybe he's going to be helping out, baiting out a player. He actually loses it. Loses emotional teammate, and doesn't even manage to get the frag onto Hayes. Hayes is going to pick up 2 for himself, and that's going to definitely make things easier for Sporadic right now.
Yeah, Evil backs up a little bit. They're like, yeah, we're not quite ready. Our plan is not fully cooked yet. Rikachu coming out here, double jumping to the point. Forces the uber charge out. It comes out just actually about the same time from Phantom. He had to switch it around a little bit more as well. Rikachu pretty banged up. Rikachu goes down to scatterguns from Mecha, and they're charging forward. They have lost Grant, but one of our scouts here for Evil poking around on the last point, very much distracting. And 3 down right now. One of those players, Rikachu, going to be back up shortly here. But Evil should be getting in here and capitalizing on it. Trying to get pressure on Phantom now. Phantom extremely banged up, but is able to sneak away towards the spawning cabinets. And Youngling Smoka juggled up in the air. Mecha has gone down to a pipe. Youngling Smoka is still banged up down on the ground. But sneaking around, was able to throw some rockets out. What isn't going to be able to get to the point? Goku cleans him up from behind. Easy kill for Goku. Awkward push in there.
Yeah, now Sporadic through here. Goku gonna go down, but Amber getting the pipe onto Slice Rogue. There is no heals available for Mecha, who's still not afraid. Got the pistol out. Needs to finish off this one last shot. Bats himself before getting the final frag. Players now retreating back to last. Sporadic cannot lose this round. They want to keep their 1-round advantage, and now they're gonna be able to push out and cap this point off. But Youngling Smoka ain't gonna give it up for free.
Yeah, good jump around the point here. Oh, great rocket, but not going to be enough to kill Phantom. The question is, will one of his teammates commit and follow up? But I don't think so. They're going to have to deal with Dippity. It's Shiloh's got a trap ready for that. Takes him out. Goku wants to come in through the side. There's a single sticky, though, to kind of scare him off. And Youngling Smoka going to respawn here, get reconnected with his team. Phantom wants to push through the side here. They do have an Ubercharged Slice Rogue at 50% right now. Rikachu pushing forward and Evil backing up. I don't want to get caught badly here, lose too many players.
Yeah, they will actually manage to get the cap here. They still got the ad too, but it's dwindling, and the time it'll take for them to just walk, straight up walk, is going to be the difference between Slice Oak having Uber now and not. So they're not going to be able to get it in time. They might just be playing it cautiously here. Trying to get a little bit of room here for Hayes, who's just peeked a little bit further. But he hears the pseudo fake call. Maybe it's real, maybe it's not. And they decide to back off. So they do have one little interesting play, and that's Dippity getting the body shot. And now Goku, who's waiting patiently in front of that shutter, might be able to connect something here as the aggression keeps coming on between Evil and Sporadic. And Goku's in.
Yeah, Goku, big trade there on Shiloh. Hayes picked up a kill on Youngling Smoka as well. Dippity's still out here on the sniper, helping to push out here with Phantom. Looks like they will be able to get the second point pretty comfortably.
They got one player behind. It's Grant, keeping the pressure on. Actually managed to stop the cap.
Yeah, I was gonna say, they haven't finished it quite yet. Dippity's going to get over there and finish it off.
Yeah, with Grant behind, they're going to be very cautious. They're deciding to push forward here, but then they're kind of like back. They're very careful right now. Grant actually going to be able to. He decides to commit. I thought he was going to escape, but no, he's going to go all in, and he's going to die for it. Half and half. He had to make the right decision, and he couldn't decide which one was the right one, so that cost him his life. And now there's a one-player ad with a sniper. I don't know how that's going to work out for them, but maybe they'll turn this into another frag.
Yeah, early Uber charge coming out here. Slice Rogue sitting on it. Pretty comfortable with it. We'll have like a full charge to work with. Easy cleanup on Rikachu. Youngling Smoka also in a dangerous spot. He's got Phantom down to about half health. Shiloh pushing forward through lobby. Grant up top, but Amber picks up a kill on Mecha. So things kind of even. That's going to make Evil hesitant to push out here. They're trying to close in on Shiloh. They do get the kill there. Both the soldiers banged up, but they're surviving. I believe there was an arrow heal in there as well to help Grant stay alive. Grant jumping in towards last. Mainly an exploratory jump, just seeing what's happening out here. Might end up going down there. Indeed, Youngling Smoker cleaning that up. Red trying to come out here from the lower shutter. Dippity getting a snipe on Youngling Smoka. But they're still not really feeling comfortable enough to push out.
Yeah, losing their sniper there is not too big of a difference, I don't think. They might decide to bring Dippity back up as sniper, keep working these, but these angles are just god-awful for a last point. I mean, there's really nothing to do, so I think they're just going to be going in flat out. They know they have the ad. They're going straight for the medic, and Slice Rogue at 99% going to get his Uber in time, but gets the pressure from the bomb from Hayes. And now, with that one-for-one exchange, they're just going to back off here, and Dippity is going to be on that scout again, just opting for a let's play the defensive role, wait for these respawners, and hope we can hold out.
Yeah, and Slice Rogue healing very nicely here. His team pushing out through the battlements. They're on top of the spire, getting the capture. They've gotten the kill on Goku as well. So we'll be able to turn that successful last defense into a capture of second. See if they continue to push forward as well with Goku down right now.
Yeah, one-man advantage can make a big difference in any fight, and right now with Young and Smoka jumping in deep behind, he's pulling players back and distracting away from Phantom, who goes down to Grant, and now the rest of the team is just collapsing on all these players who are just out of position. Mecha, the only casualty due to Rikachu, and no fear. Goku going to get cleaned up here at the very end, and now I don't even think they're going to get a forward spawn before this. No, they will get one forward spawn.
Yeah, Slice Rogue went down to a trap there from Amberin, which is very nice. But Evil just went crazy aggressive, and like you said, got people fragged in the right place. So it paid off for him. Right now, Grant barely staying alive here as he's getting closed in by Dippity, and Hayes is there as well. But Evil is still going to maintain control of the middle point here. We'll see if Sporadic focuses this. They do come in through alleyway, trying to just dry push this. They know they kind of have a numbers advantage. And Slice Rogue actually disconnected from his players is going to be able to get back to Shiloh, but not really healing up the rest of the team. So they're going to concede middle here.
Things are looking really good for Sporadic. They've been stalling a lot of time, going back and forth, maintaining that one-round lead. I mean, whether it's a 5-0 or a 1-0, you're going to win one way or the other. So they're cozy right now. They can just sit on this point, hold things out. But we're not in Europe right now, next time.
No.
We're in America. We push.
Oh yeah, and, I thought I was thinking about the clock as well, and you know we have 2 halves here at ESEA, but well, the first half, if you don't get you know up to a certain number of points, it does feel like a European game, and we have to be closing in on that time limit somewhat soon here. ESEA doesn't really always display that, but it has to be in the back of the players' minds here, as Sporadic definitely going to be comfortable if it just goes to the next half.
Really fast bomb from Goku, straight out the gate. Manages to get the force. Nice. I don't know who else was putting the pressure on him, but Slicer was really low before Goku even got into the fray. So really nice follow-up spam from the rest of Sporadic to help with that force. And I'm losing Grant too. This is going to be a great time to push, even without Goku.
Yeah, Grant trying to get the kill on Amber in there, but Amber with the protection from Rikachu. Rikachu trying to get in on the side here, doesn't take any damage as he comes in. Sort of thought like maybe he did from those pipes. Then takes one. Hayes has gone down. It was Slice Rogue actually who got the kill there. Phantom dying. That is a big loss. And now Emotional kind of getting chased around here. Amber has gone down. Rikachu has gone down, and it's going to end up being a big win for Team Evil.
Yeah, Evil always pulls through when you've got enough players and rockets, right? Maybe.
I mean, that certainly helps. And those, you know, scattergun shots. You can do some damage with those things.
Yeah, but with a 40% advantage, we're gonna be seeing Evil just kind of poking their way through. Want to see if they can get as much ground as possible before having to use any kind of Uber to their advantage. Goku gonna be initiating here, gets stuffed by both the soldiers counter jumping in a very weird fashion, but they're not gonna be letting up. Sporadic now just giving out, backing up, and so the cap is gonna go to them, but Phantom might get his Uber, 100% gonna get his Uber before this push comes out from Evil.
Yeah, and I was a little bit worried there. Slicer getting a little bit disconnected from his team, but they're still able to get through. They're running through this alleyway again here, and have picked off Rikachu. Mecha does go down to Stickies around the corner. The Uber has been popped off on both sides here. Shiloh will back out with it. Grant and Emotional getting a kill on Goku. Emotional backing up to pick up a health pack. Grant just skipping back just for a hot second. Shiloh fighting against Ambrune, does have support from his team. Slice Rogue in sort of an odd spot, but does see Ambrune jump back as they come back in here. Shiloh trying to fight on this banana. Youngling Smoker there. Grant jumping around. They need to fight together though. It seems very scattered right now.
Yeah, right now.
Okay, there we go.
Haze, and that's gonna open the door for Evil. They start flooding through this alley on the side. They also have Emotional as well as the Soldier Grant clearing the way on the flank side. So now they've completely taken control of this second point and are gonna be steamrolling into last. Maybe not. I mean, 3 down, 1 respawn just now. I don't think it's enough to push on, but they're gonna keep the pressure up for sure because they have 5 players to their 4.
Or big frags and big damage from Emotional and Micah having a major impact there. And Phantom actually has the Uber charge first. It is going to be a full 6v6 on the Uber fight here once it does come in. Does look like Slice Rogue wants to come out soon. And we are seeing a stylistic difference here where Evil wants to push from, you know, from their perspective, it's the top right versus Sporadic was pushing from the left side. Right now, Grant going for a big jump around, trying to get a pop out of Phantom. His second rocket, though, is just going to run into that container and not do enough.
Yeah, that was really good, and that actually would have been one of those moments. You can't know it for sure whenever you're doing it, but that was one of those moments where a second follow-up stack during that whole thing might have sealed the deal for them. But instead, they got really good damage, couldn't quite finish it off, but that's still, like, he got in so deep, so fast, you'd think he was doing it illegally.
And Grant is going to come up on the sniper, which he's going to have to slow roll this in here a little bit. Emotional opening up the shutter for him on the side here. And Dippity, Dippity on the sniper takes a big shot. Does survive it though, but Grant has been exposed on the sniper off class. Switching over to the top right side, but it looks dangerous, like you'll be able to get spammed out. You get some damage on Goku, who kind of falls down. Ooh, and then gets a snipe on Dippity. So that is an opening there.
Yeah, now he's going to just aggressively peek forward before getting 2-shot by Haze, just walking through that door. And now a follow-up bomb is actually going to be giving a lot of pressure onto the medic. Youngling also gets cleaned up. I'm not sure if that was a trap, but either way, cleaning that up is going to open up the rest of the floodgates for Sporadic. They're coming around to this point, and they are not going to relent. It's just going to be Evil backing up to mid, saying, all right, let's tighten up, folks. We got very limited time.
Yeah. Yeah, that was unfortunate for them, just bleeding a couple players. Right now, Grant, barely survives that as flying back towards his medic, almost cratered. And definitely think we must be getting somewhat close to the end of halftime here. But tough to say precisely.
My internal clock, I used to have a really good clock, Jeff. Mr.
Oh, yeah.
Jeff. Can I call you Jeff?
Yes, of course.
Mr. eXtine. I had a really good internal clock once upon a time, and my internal clock right now is saying that we're going to get a frag on Goku, but the internal clock is saying we're down to 6.5 minutes, is my guess.
Sounds about right to me. And young Lean Smoker trying to get in here. Mecha also as well. Mecha is able to get the pop out, but then goes down, as does Grant. Young Lean Smoker chasing Phantom. His first rocket, though, was right before the Uber charge faded, so it actually didn't do any damage. Emotional in here does clean up Dippity, which is some sort of consolation, but Slice Rogue has gone down. In the meantime, emotional. Ooh, I love that hiding spot, but oh no, Goku runs right past it.
And now
And he's
emotional.
gonna. Oh wow, yeah.
Ambroon. I'm not sure what detonated there, but he heard the ding and he knew that there was someone close by, and so that completely threw off the element of surprise. And now emotional back to full health because the lobby packs have been very generous to him. He's gonna be trying to make something out of this, but it's gonna be tough.
Yeah, and they spotted him over on Banana there, the alleyway. Pikachu's gonna be able to shove him out. Emotional still just running. Can't really do the damage needed there to trade kills.
Things are looking up for Sporadic to hold on to this lead. They are pushing forward now with their ad. Might not even have to pop here, but we're going to hopefully see maybe Grant or Youngling Smoka initiate something here. Grant is still behind, so he's definitely an opportunistic, chance to get around here. He works his way through the lobby, completely unaware, but Dippity is kind of sniffing him out. He's suspicious, and there it is. 2 shots is going to knock him off the point, and that's going to save Evil as they start getting threats of their own on this last point. And Phantom backing off on the tail end of that failed Uber push where they lost all their players, and now it's a wipe. What? What?
Yeah, Slice Rogue did have to pop there, but that was a good play from Grant. It definitely was a little worrisome that they might actually let that capture finish, but he was able to delay just enough, and then just kind of confusion reigned supreme there, and Evil able to capitalize on that for sure.
And now we're seeing very, very weak defense from Sporadic. They have 1 player forward, Goku, getting chased down, sniped out of the air, plucked from the sky, you could say, and Mecha couldn't even survive amidst all of that. Rikachu so low on health, dances with the devil, manages to escape with his life. So Rikachu playing with fire does not get burned, but it's not going to be very long-lasting. Evil actually only has a small advantage, barely enough to push. Once they get Uber, they have to use it, and then spend that 8 seconds to get right into the face of the enemy medic, and that can be difficult.
Yeah, we'll see what they can make happen here. And once again, they want to come in through this top side, and they're trying to hold it for a little bit longer, and they have gotten pretty far in. Slicer kind of got disconnected for a little bit there from Micah. Emotional does go down. Rikachu thrown up in the air. Youngling, Smoka, and Shiloh pretty far disconnected from the rest of the team, as Mecha has gone down. Grant having some troubles getting frags here. And there goes Youngling, Smoka, and Slice Rogue, so not an effective push.
Yeah, they just didn't time it quite right. They played the, hey, we're about to have Uber. Okay, let's get healed up. Okay, now let's push. And that cost them that push because he got the Uber in time. Shiloh getting a little bit of pressure there. Does survive, though. I'm not sure how he managed to survive that exchange with Goku when he was almost caught and juggled in the shutter, but thankfully he will be along the way, finding himself a comfortable home in his loving medic's arm.
And Shiloh does take a little bit of spam here from Goku in that side lobby. Ace is in there too, but Sporadic, well, actually getting a little aggressive here. They will pop to get through this choke point. Stickies have been used as well. Rikachu trying to get in on Slice Rogue, has put a ton of damage, but Slice Rogue surfs that scattergun right into a health pack, which is very helpful for sure. It is Mecha and Grant behind, though. They're trying to do a pincer play here, and they are able to kill Phantom. The capture does go down. Mecha trying to get some damage in on Hayes. That has put a good amount into him. Doesn't get the kill, though. Dippity moving around. Ambroon goes down. Dippity backed up to get a health pack, and the point is sort of halfway cleared right now. A couple players on it. Hayes still behind. Grant still behind. Grant trying to find Phantom, does come bombing in on him. Oh, he gets the finish. That's a big frag.
Yeah, that's good. Phantom down, time to push. Sporadic holding on to this mid for dear life, trying to slow things down, because the longer this round takes, the better their chances are, because they don't want to lose this round, if nothing else. They can go into turtle mode if they like, but Slicer with full Uber, this cap about to go off, Phantom only just now spawning to get the heals out. This could be really good for them. I don't know why they're stacking. They should be pushing, especially with the time constraint. Definitely a factor here with this first half coming to a close at any minute. We'll see how they push now as Evil makes their way through this alley.
Yeah, they haven't popped yet on Youngling Smoka. Slice Rogue does get fairly far in without taking too much damage. They get a flash on Mika as well, who's pushing forward. Mika actually going for the flank play. Is on last already, sees Ambrune, runs into Hayes as well, cleans up Hayes. Fighting up against Rikachu as other players bombing forward here. Rockets on Phantom. They have players on last here, pushing forward and able to get the capture. Wow.
Very nicely done. This is really great because now we can see how much time is left.
Yeah. That's
1
what I was
minute
saying.
remaining.
108.
So my internal
Wow.
clock
Okay.
was probably right. We got 1 minute left. There's
Yeah.
no way this round can
Yeah.
be won. Virtually impossible. But we'll see how this mid plays out next time.
Yeah, and that was a good push into last from Evil. It seemed like it was just more of a kind of like raw aggression versus a necessarily planned push in. We'll break it down a little bit more. I definitely want to talk about the pushes into last. Right now, Young Lean Smoka, excuse me. Big bomb over the top. Slice Rogue doing a good job of keeping him healed. Does try to get that arrow heal, but Smoka goes down before that. And Slice Rogue about at half health. They're still fighting from the alleyway. And have sort of tried to re-engage into the point here. Dippity up in their faces. Mika and Shiloh backing up. And bomb forward from Ambrune. Going to get cleaned up from Mika. Just aggression here as the half is going to click over here fairly shortly. They use this Uber charge and get the capture. So, I mean, this isn't going too bad, but, you know, capping in a minute is a pretty tall order. So, Young Smoka, good bomb in. Oh!
Gets the med frag before getting air shot. Best way to finish off the round. That's what you want. We want the stylish frags when there's no stakes at all, you know?
Yeah, yeah. And that was a good first half. I mean, certainly a tense 1-1 over the course of 30 minutes. But you know, I think that Evil, you know, probably if they take just a little bit of a breath here and talk about what was happening on their last pushes, they might just start mimicking what their opponents were doing. I feel like that was a lot superior pushing out the left than it was out of the right. What was your take on that, Ro? Into last,
I was answering a message and I didn't hear the first part of that.
Oh, no worries. Just talking about what seems to be the differences between the two teams pushing into last, and I'm wondering if you think that Team Evil will start replicating Sporadic's push out of the left side into last versus sticking with their kind of top right push that they're doing right now.
So, in regards to that left push you're talking about, what's interesting is what I've noticed is both Lemons and I don't know if I saw this on Sporadic, but Lemons definitely was holding on to that little platform area next to the container. They really wanted to make sure they had control of that because of the fear of, you know, a left side push. So really, I don't really know the best route they can take for pushing to last. You know, there's this really weird option in the lower that's kind of easy to access, this lower lobby area from second, but the route is literally an uphill battle, and you don't know if there's traps above it. There's a spot literally right above this giant little catwalk balcony right above that shutter where a soldier is probably sitting and spamming, so you're putting yourself in a disadvantage whenever you push from that angle. So really, like you say, left side seems to be the best. Maybe right, but it's kind of a toss-up, really. It's just a left or right kind of pushing map. Not really an option from the middle, but you never know.
Yeah, it seemed to me like that right is maybe a safer space to stage from, but it seemed like they were forced to either use the Uber charge early or they just kind of ran out. It just takes so long to kind of jump from that ledge and come out and you're like, hey guys, we're scary, we swear we're gonna be intimidating, but they're just kind of also, you know, far away. So we'll see what they choose to switch up on. Our second half is live, so one team can win 4 rounds to put this away, or we will hit our 30-minute timer here and see where our score is at.
And most likely, we're going to be sitting another 30 minutes of very balanced TF2 right now, as both teams coming into this mid. Shiloh also coming through that upper decker part of that door, as Ambrune completely sections off this alley entrance, and that could open the door for Goku to bomb, but instead he just lands on top of the shack, and that's going to leave the opening for Young Lean Smoka as he's tried to initiate here, pull some players around, draw their attention, but meanwhile, Evil is getting the frags that matter. They've picked off Rikachu and are now trying to initiate here. See a little bit of a play from Mecha before he gets taken down. Grant can put some damage out before retreating to the health pack, and Ambrune is not afraid of this mid. He's sitting on top of it, solo doloing the entire thing, and thankfully his team meets up with the rest of them. But Grant, who was ignored before, has come through and just taken a little pot shot onto Ambrune, taking him down. But Sporadic will take the first mid of the second half. They still got to worry about Grant here, but thankfully they dispatch with him.
Yeah, they clean him up, and Hayes pushing forward, picks up a health pack on the side. So he's already going to give them some helpful intel on what's going on the second point. And Evil were down a few players. They're coming back from spawn, but they're not there quite yet. So no demo man to put traps down. He's starting to spam some rollers in and a few stickies. Also getting countered by Ambrune. Pressure on the side from Hayes and Rikachu. They do finish off Youngling, Smoka, and Slice Rogue. Deputy getting the kill there. There goes Shiloh. So just huge frags everywhere. That's definitely certainly helpful as they're going to pick up the second point. And Sporadic look like they're consistently bringing some pressure here. You're going to get another early round to start this half off. As emotional fighting on the point as Pyro. Youngling Smoker coming in, but they can't get the capture prevented. And it goes through for Sporadic eSports 1-0. A very quick round to start us off in the second half. Actually, a minute 7, proving that there was hope for a round in that last half.
Your math's a little 2 minutes, 7 seconds. Yeah.
You're right. My math is terrible. It's like
it would be.
I was saying it, and then I was like, no, that's not right.
Yeah. But it's all right because
it was still pretty fast.
That was definitely a fast round. 2 minutes is a staple for a good round, especially with how quick that halftime talk was. They must know exactly what they're doing here. And Phantom taking a little bit of pressure from Youngling Smoke. A follow-up bomb from Grant. He does get the frag. His teammate whiffed the last shot and couldn't kill him before the last rocket could be made. And so now with no medic, they're going to go down and lose their own. A full wipe on the enemy team, though, so they definitely aren't, crying themselves to sleep tonight. They're feeling very happy with wiping the enemy team and then taking second virtually for free.
Yeah, Ambrune actually getting pretty far forward, setting a trap above the head of Goku, so maybe using him as bait. Everybody wants to kill Goku. Bring in the villains. Oh, and there we go. Youngling Smoka falls for it. Goku's got friends. You got to watch out for that power of friendship, yo.
And then Goku takes down Shiloh with the classic trap bait as well. That was very well executed by the team. And now with these 2 frags, who needs Uber? Who needs anything? You just push in. There's nothing you have to worry about. This is actually a spot I would push, lower and or the right side from because there's no traps to worry about. The demo's dead. They just bully their way in through the left side, though. Take down these players. The respawns are up, though, and Shiloh will be spamming some stickies over the top of that barrier, trying to connect on these players. The cap is so close, and there it is. It just barely gets finished. As players are, knocked off for just a moment, and the cap once again going to Sporadic, leading 3-1 with another quick. That was a minute 50.
Yeah, that was another brutal one, and that mid fight definitely just fell apart for Evil. Even though they were able to get the kill on Phantom, the rest of the players all just bled through. We'll see what happens this time. Amber and just slightly faster through the middle, with his teammates getting a little bit of damage on Shiloh. Amber and then picking up the arrow heal as Youngling Smoka jumping over to the fountain. Over on the Sporadic side, Hayes with the big bomb over on Choke, puts down a ton of damage, has to reload, but he's going to be able to finish off Slice Rogue here. He stays alive as well, Evil unable to finish him. Bomb coming in from Youngling Smoka, can't get anything done. Shiloh trades with Goku, the only frag of the mid fight for Team Evil.
It wasn't even on the mid.
Not really.
His little bunny heels scurrying around, getting away from the action. And Ambrune is hunting for blood. He really wanted that scout, and he's gonna die for it. That was a misplay, far and wide. But maybe they're hoping that they'll push with full Uber and no demo and win this last push. But eXtine, I have a secret. Really a bad idea.
Yeah, we'll see though. I mean, sometimes bad ideas work out. You got to break the rules to make huge plays sometimes. But oftentimes, indeed, there are rules for good reasons. Hayes has managed to stay alive here, though, as Emotional does pick off Goku, but the respawns are coming in here. Rikachu closes the distance, getting on top of Emotional, has banged down the heavy. Youngling Smoka still here, but Rikachu healed up. Youngling Smoka doesn't know who to look at as Hayes comes bombing in here. Rikachu standing on the point. They don't quite finish it, but Rikachu, does get finished off by Shiloh. Sporadic just has to touch the point just a little bit. Ambrune coming in from the side. Big pipe onto Shiloh. Tiffany on the point. And we are now 4-1. The second half rapidly devolving.
There's so much to digest with that whole last push between Ambrune managing to respawn and get to the fray, and then sneaks away and manages to get the frag, because if Shiloh was still alive, instead of getting piped there by Mr. Ambrune, there was potential for him to save the point from, I think it was Dippity who capped it off in the end. So overall, just, I can't even talk about it. Let's go into this next mid.
Yeah, Ambrune with a great mid fight, got banged up pretty early, but then also got a very nice arrow. Is still alive. Phantom might hit him with another arrow and does so. Shiloh has gone down in exchange for Dippity. Sporadic will take that, but Hayes and Goku are down. That's both the soldiers. The bomb in here from Youngling Smoker, not able to get the kill, but Slice Rogue gets a kill on Ambrune, picking up the Demo Man. And it's Rikachu and Phantom who have backed up. So they've lost the mid fight, but they still have the Uber Charge. And they are still a round away from winning this match. But they lose Rikachu there. Oh, and the taunt coming out. That is a little excessive, in my opinion.
Yeah, can't we have a good sporting game here? You know? Friendly people.
I just want results more than I don't mind the trash talk. It's just results. But right now, Grant going in for the aggressive play on Phantom, trying to get a pop out of him. Doesn't work, so maybe we'll see him come up on that sniper like he did before. Dippity fighting in lobby. Mecha doesn't really have much support, but is able to get that kill. Youngling Smoka also pinging off Goku in the meantime, in between time. Oh, here comes the Ubercharge.
Big pop coming in. Gonna force Juggle Phantom into the air. He's gonna pop his off, and they're gonna chase it down. Rikachu not gonna push further. He sees two stickies on the ground and thinks, you know, this might be a bad idea. And so he backs off very wisely, and now we're back into a defensive position from Sporadic. But there it is, Grant opening the door. Can he get the air shot? Oh, he connects the direct on top of the shack. Meanwhile, Grant goes down, but that was just insane. And so now with no demo to worry about, they're going to push him through this right side, just like I said. But they walk Slice Road. You got to wait for the rest of your team, bro. You can't go first.
Oh. Yeah, no, indeed. That is not how it works. For a second, I thought they were able to still get some action on that last point, but it did not go so well. Grant is on the spy, by the way, but pretty far back. So Sporadic will be able to charge forward here. And Grant actually in pretty decent position here. T-Cloaky coming in from behind. They don't see him. Gets the backstab on Phantom. He's just going to head right towards last now as well. Drag the team backwards. Ambrune jumping around very low health. He's going to have to watch out for Grant behind him. Grant doesn't get the stair stab, but does get credit for the kill on Ambrune with that splash damage. Rikachu very low. Goes down as well. Slice Rogue and company, they want to push forward here. 5 versus 3 with a medic. They've lost Youngling Smoka, but piling in here. Emotional on the point, takes big damage though. And then Mecha goes down as well. Shiloh, the only combat class here with Slice Rogue. They're getting some damage out here though. Shiloh's got to watch out. The Ubercharge comes out, but it's just Slice Rogue. He's dropped Shiloh, and Slice Rogue forced to run for the hills. Oh, Goku coming in on him. Slice Rogue, can you protect yourself? Oh no. Going to go down. Slice Rogue probably banging his keyboard after that exchange.
Yeah, did not work out for him. Milked a little too hard. And now we see an attempt on last. Gonna get shut down by Ambrune and Dippity. Or excuse me, Hayes and Dippity. As the rest of the crew are meeting up on this second point. The cap's gonna get finished off here by Dippity. Sporadic feeling very cozy once again. Got their little slippies on. They're ready to go to bed because they know it's a wrap soon.
Yeah, and Phantom does have 90% here. So going to start poking forward in just a second here, trying to take the lobby. Rikachu calling for the medic, and they are going to use it as they come in here, trying to find Slice Rogue. Rikachu will find Youngling Smoka. Slice Rogue getting out through the alleyway. Youngling Smoka barely surviving, escaping towards a health pack. Big bomb in from Hayes right on top of Slice Rogue. But actually emotional there with the support. And protecting his medic.
Oh, he's so low. Oh, there it is.
There
the shot around the corner connects with Phantom. He felt pretty groovy getting that arrow kill, but Hubris is the biggest killer here, and that's gonna cost him his life because he was just a little overextended. Didn't find his escape route fast enough, and so now we're seeing a big Uber advantage in favor of Evil. And they've also got the numbers, but they also are just going to wait it out because they want to make sure they have all 6. They need to make this methodic and careful and well thought, and eventually they might turn this into a round.
Yeah. we'll see how it goes for them. They're definitely having a little bit of issue with their pushes into the last. Looks like this, as I predicted, they are replicating the approaches of Sporadic, taking that left-hand side, pushing in all the way, and Mika on the point gets blasted from behind. That is Goku cleaning him up. Goku now picking up that bottle on the lower side. Shiloh, Emotional, Grant, Youngling, Smoko all going down. And Slice Rogue has escaped out. They gave up an Ubersaw as well. Well, Slice Rogue actually doesn't have very far to run. Gets taken out by Ambrin. And what'd you think of that push? Was it looking better at the start and then just fell apart, or wasn't destined to be?
I mean, it seemed pretty clear overall, I would say. Right now, Phantom and crew are going to be pushing back out. Sporadic are feeling very good about this. Full Uber ad. But there's some hiding players here. And Initiation going to meet up into the face of Hayes. Knocks him down.
Wow.
But the air pipe from Ambrim takes him down. Emotional tries to stay crouched, but Rikachu is not afraid of it. But Shiloh with the trap going to pick up Hayes and Ambrim, and also going to pipe down Dippity. That's 4 down. And now the Uber gets popped up. Phantom's not going to abandon his player. He's not going to milk it too long. But now they're going to be making their escape. And this is looking just as good for Evil to retake this second.
Yeah, they could have played that a little bit more aggressive. Right now, they're still pretty far back. Dippity and Goku going to respawn. I'll be curious to see if they can get forward in time to help with the defensive second. And looks like they might, as the fight's breaking out soon here. Hayes jumping around the side here. Slice Rogue doesn't have an Uber charge, so this is a dry push. They have gotten good damage, though, as Hayes goes down. Mecha, unfortunately, though, dying as well. So that is a trade. Dippity pressuring from the side. Grant trying to jump forward. Capture has gone the way of Evil.
Yeah, now Evil working their way into this left side.
Yeah, 85%, so might wait for a charge here. Trying to build it out.
I think they have more than they really do, and that's why they're going to push right here. They wait until they have it. They should be pushing through that door when they have 95%, and then pop as soon as they get to the entrance. It didn't make a difference in this case, but it does make a difference in other cases. And now they're going to be losing it out here as the chase comes down from Rikachu, takes down Slice Rogue, meets around the corner, and oh! Phantom tanks the hit, but there's so much cat time on point. There it is. They can't stop it because they were so committed to chasing down that enemy medic that they forestalled, you know, getting Uber to the rest of the team that was actually defending last, which is kind of important next time.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And they definitely did a better job there of just kind of cleaning up after the Uber charge and fighting together. You know, also just offering a couple different angles to confuse the other team here. We'll see if they can keep this momentum going. You know, 2 more rounds will be a tied 4-4 game. That'll give them a chance to win it. Right now, Shiloh thrown way sky high is able to survive as he comes crashing down to earth. Phantom taking a bit of damage, actually not too much from those rockets though. Slice Rogue pretty healthy, but starting to get cornered off away from his team. Emotional, Grant very low, Shiloh very low as well. And Slice Rogue actually is just headed for the hills. And yeah. Now he's going to get fought in this stairwell by Rikachu. Slice Rogue actually standing pretty strong for a little bit there. Oh, nice pipe over the top from Ambroon. Gets the kill there. Now Mecha getting chased down here. Picks up a little bit of heals down low. But Phantom with Ambroon and going to pop the Uber charge here. But they're also just going to use it to keep getting frags here. So that's not, you know, the end of the world here.
Yeah, they're letting Goku cap mid, you know, the new meta. Let the roamer do all the capping. Let the scouts have fun every now and then, especially when you're already winning. So they're going to be sitting on just a 20 ad, not going to be able to push on, especially with how they've been handling their advantages in the recent history. So hopefully we'll see maybe a good defense from Evil. They can't turn this around here. They have done it before, holding off against these blast pushes. And maybe Sporadic will try something new because, hey, we're already winning. Why don't we try pushing from lower and entertain our casters, right?
Right. We do have Mecha on the engineer. The sentry gun a little bit more exposed or visible, maybe I should say. Back by the shed. It still has some coverage. Kind of in a weird spot, but doesn't really cover the point. And right now, Ubercharge coming in. Hayes over the top is going to run into some damage from that sentry gun, but it gets finished off pretty quickly here. Richu on the point. They get a frag on the point as well. That was Youngling Smoke bombing in to stop it, and actually the Pyro's out here, Mecha, with Shiloh and Emotional, but they're still fighting up against Amber, and ooh, big pipe. It is 2v2. One is a medic and a demo, the other is a Pyro. With the demo man, they actually have Grant coming in here as well to help. Ambrune finished up, so it looks like that is not going to be the push to win the game here.
Yeah, we're seeing if things can turn around for Evil. They've got no ad to speak of. It's really on the hand of Phantom. Did Slice Rogue die during that last push?
Yes, I believe so.
That would explain the Uber dis ads. So now they're going to be once again on the defensive, and Phantom has the Uber. They're going to be rotating over to the right side of this lobby, trying to push aggressively. Was having a little bit of a chat with someone inside the STV chat about the Battlements push, but they decided to go lower this time, and they're using it to flash all their players. They're keeping them alive, getting the frags they need. No Shiloh. Hayes kills himself on the face of Phantom, and the bomb is not going to be able to stop it. It's going to be a 4-1 for the second half and a 5-2 for the final score line. eXtine, I think this was expected.
Yeah, well, it was well pulled off. I mean, that first half was super close. Definitely seemed like things might have been going a different direction, leading to, you know, just kind of a closer match overall tonight. But we got those blazing fast rounds at the start of the second half. Just brutal execution, super strong pushes into last by Sporadic Gaming. And Evil just couldn't hang with it. Slice Rogue getting picked off a few times, and just also, yeah, not as effective pushes into last, and maybe just also, yeah, a little lacking on a few team cohesion moments.
Yeah, good breakdown. I think in the way of you know, this map, I'm looking at it now, having a proper sit down moment. I saw how it was played, now I'm just kind of looking at it, and I kind of like the way second is oriented. Just you've got this tight, close space on the left side if you're defending, and you've got this giant sight line that lets you see pretty much all of the right side, so you know where the team is coming from, and you're also holding close to where you think the team might come from. So, you know, I'm seeing okay map design here. It's all right. It's this last, you know, it's gonna take some cracking for teams, but that's the way it rolls when a new map comes out. You got to find out. You got to give it your best shot, and hopefully that'll develop as the season progresses. Because this is eXtine, as I'm sure you may or may not be aware, this is our first season where every week is by vote or something.
Oh, curious.
So this also might explain why Cardinal got chosen for this, because players were probably expecting to, you know, one of them was going to ban it, so neither of them banned it, and it ended up being the map they played.
All right, yeah, there we go. Well, it was pretty fun, and yeah, we'll see what happens with you know, defensive strategy, as we just saw a little bit of engineer, a little bit of heavy weapons guy, and at least we saw maybe more success out of that heavy weapons guy. The NG didn't seem like a bad selection either. Just not necessarily as crucial to defenses as that we witnessed tonight. But we'll certainly be interested to see how these teams move forward, how Cardinal gets played this season. Certainly every season of ESEA has been exciting so far. I expect nothing less than that this season. This was a good kickoff to intermediate, and it looks like we have an awesome invite season as well. So make sure to hit that subscribe button, that follow button, and plenty more Team Fortress is going to be coming your guys' way from Team Fortress TV and this upcoming ESEA season. So definitely stay tuned. But we got some logs. Do we have some logs?
Yeah, we can talk about these stats, you know?
We do have stats.
But that was a good sign off. That was a good sign off. That was beautiful. But Ambrune, actually, with the fat damage right here, 13k. But what's really interesting about this, you know, despite, you know, Sporadic winning, they only had almost exactly 400 more damage overall. So that was a lot of damage coming out overall from Grant, Shiloh, and Youngling Smoka. I mean, they really carried it for their team. And even Mecha, you know, all their damage numbers were in the 11k, 12k damage range. You know, actually, they were like all in the 12k damage range, according to the ESEA. 11,900 is basically 12k.
The other interesting aspect of that statistics is an accompanying fact, which is there was 162 frags in favor of Sporadic eSports and 130 frags coming from evil. So the damage very, very close, but the heals there for Sporadic eSports, keeping players alive, soaking up damage, but not going down. That's certainly a pretty big difference, almost about like 25% more frags in favor of Sporadic eSports.
Yeah, and that definitely comes into play when you've got a 3-round differential, because those 30 frags didn't happen in exactly those 3 rounds or those 3 last pushes, because you could only kill at most 6 players.
Right.
So those
Yeah.
differentials really make the difference.
Yeah, and it was
getting those frags where when you're on defense and you get those frags converted into a second, into a mid, and then just steamroll through. That's really what shows here is good conversion, good mids, everything. Sporadic had the advantage.
Yeah, also tied into that is Slice Rogue 16 Ubers versus Phantoms 22. So that again is a pretty significant difference on just how often you're able to get those heals that also keep your players safe. The Uber charge drops is a statistic that is just kind of an interesting side fact. It doesn't necessarily implicate one medic, but Slice Rogue did have 2 Ubercharge drops compared to just 1 from Phantom. So that'll make a little bit of a difference as well. I think I remember at least one of those came from when they were trying to repush into middle, and he dropped to Ambroon. So that certainly would have led to some different momentum if that had not happened.
Yeah. And finally, to close things off, our top fragger of the night was Rikachu. Didn't break that 40k mark, but Ambroon was hot on his tail with 36 of his own. So I think... Oh, and also the medics fragged quite a bit. That was actually really entertaining.
Yeah.
I'm not really... Because there was a lot of times, too, where like a soldier just went into the face of the medic and just blew himself up. So usually the medics don't get credit for that unless they did damage first. But, 3 and 2 frags apiece. That's a lot of medics keeping themselves alive, looking out for themselves.
Yeah, the arrows were flying tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, good stuff overall, eXtine.
Yeah, I had a lot of fun. Thanks to everybody for joining us, and thanks to our production man holding it down.
Boomawrangler.
Boomawrangler. Any final words from you, Ro, before we sign off?
Nah, I'm content.
Okay, excellent. Well, that's it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks so much for tuning in. Make sure to tune in again to Team Fortress TV when we got some more ESEA action. On behalf of the entire crew, thanks so much for watching. I am eXtine, joined by Ro, and we will see you guys next time. Peace out!